Well, good morning, world. Papa Joe here. Try to get this thing situated. You can see I'm on my lap, sitting in my chair in all my glory. Uh, this is Friday. What is there? 31 days in the month. So it must be the 29th, 2023. Last Friday of the year. Last weekend of the year coming up. And damn puppy dog woke me up. So I'm up. Been up for a couple hours, playing on the phone, killing time, thinking, watching the traffic out my window, doing a couple of long posts, just for the heck of it. You know, I'm going to be making a few videos, and don't know how many. Going to be some of my thoughts about life, the world, my career, my life, a little education for my ancestors or anybody else that cares to know. But first, I'm going to update you on where I'm actually at right now. If you're on this channel, you already know I'm known for no sugar added. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I tell the truth how it is. Last couple years, as you noticed, I ain't been doing much on here. I've had real serious health issues. You know, we always talk about the guys that work their asses all their lives and then they retire and stuff goes south. I'm that guy. I no more than retired, and my health took a turn for the worse, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Now, it has to do with my lifestyle as a truck driver. It's not all just that. It's a lifestyle before and after. 10 foot tall and bulletproof as a youngin'. I abused myself in different ways, including drugs. Nothing stupid. Just young people experimenting and having fun in the 70s and 80s and stuff. Quite a few of us did it. I wasn't no addict or none of that shit, but I did enjoy some of the creations man had made. Do I regret it? No, I don't. There's not a whole lot in my life I do regret. There's a few, and I ain't going into them. I drank for a while. Wasn't no alcoholic or nothing. Just a youngin' exploring the world. I mean, we all do it. If you ain't hit that point yet, you're going to find out there's stuff out there that you just want to try. I mean, it is what it is. That's why we're called stupid when we're young. We do stupid stuff. But I live to tell about most of it. And of course, these things. So, then the lifestyle as a truck driver, not getting the exercise I should get, or should have gotten. The eating habits that was forced upon us. And, just the stress and that it puts on your body, the stress and wear from the lifestyle of driving so much and resting so little and just different things. And I'm not whining and complaining, I'm explaining. There's a big difference. And like I said, there's very little I regret in my life. And it is what it is, I did what I had to do. I raised my family. I got the kids grown and out on their own. And I took care of grandma. And, I provided. The way I was raised, that's what a man does. He provides for his family. And I did it. and you do it pretty much at all cost. And I did. So no regrets, no whining, no crying. It is what it is. Life has its cycles, and one of them is to end. And I'm getting close to that part. I've had serious heart issues, had a few heart attacks. They first got me on medications for it and changed my diet and blah, blah, blah. You know that routine. If you don't, one day you will. That really didn't help. So as they investigated farther, they went in and put in a stent. Ain't a big deal on most people. However, on me, my arteries and everything around my heart was so clogged up and so bad that it was a big deal. At that point, I was down to about 25 to 30% usage of my heart. So the surgeon that did it, professionals in Houston, at Herman Memorial, is actually where I was. They did a lot to me. They didn't do the stent. I can't name this little outfit I first started going through in Humble. Heart and Vein place. They did the stent. And the old boy told me that it was the biggest stent he had ever put in. And one of the most complicated. He said it was a work of art. And he literally told me that it would be going into any of the classes and whatnot that he teaches on this kind of stuff. Well, that's kind of cool, you know? But then again, it's kind of jacked up I was that bad, really? You're going to use me for an example? Damn. So, you know, laugh about it. I do. That didn't really help much. So then they went in and right over here, I don't know if you can see the bump in my chest or not. This right here is a defibrillator, pacemaker, go get your coffee type machine. Now I also want to tell you at this point that when they did the stent, well, before they did the stent, they got to tell me how much it would improve my life. Oh yeah, this is going to help you so much. No, it didn't. It didn't make no improvements. So then they did this thing. And now, mind you, I was eating nitro pills like candy. Way too many. But I had to. That was pretty much what just kept me from having a heart attack every 10 minutes. Not quite that bad, but a lot. So this defibrillator and whatnot was supposed to take care of the nitro pills and make my life just so much greater. And no, it didn't. So I continued to get worse. So now they do see the scar? They did a quadruple bypass. That's like 4. Along with the aorta valve replacement. That's one of the major valves on the side of your heart. Did all that at one time. That's what that scar is. Made it through it. Made it through a couple weeks in the hospital after it. They sent me home. Grandma, retired nurse, and she takes care of Grandpa. I want you all to know that. The woman goes above and beyond. She takes care of Grandpa. I am her first concern, and aggravates me because she'll put my welfare before hers, and I don't like that. Not even a little bit. And I'm trying to adjust this thing where I don't have to hold it. Got home. I was home for about a week. And, of course, they have the weekly follow-up after you get out over a deal like this. And I go back, and I'm talking to the old boy. And now all this stuff is taking place in the heart surgery and stuff. That took place in Herman Memorial. That's when I went there. The dadgummit, I can't think what you call it. The first thing I told you about, the little vein spreader upper. They put that thing in and they did this at that heart and vein. Stent. That's what I'm trying to think of. Stent. How many of y'all was sitting there saying, stent, dumbass, stent? They did the stent and the defibrillator at heart and vein. And I still wasn't getting better. And so I'm questioning the doctor. And he tells me I need to go see a specialist. And I'm like, wait a damn minute. I thought y'all were the specialists. I thought you was the go-to, the last resort people. No, there's better than me. Well, hell, why didn't you tell me this a year ago? You know? So that's when I'll end up going to Herman Memorial. And they're the one that did this. And I go back after that week. And it had started raining a little bit in one place. So I tell him about it. So they rip off the bandages and they get looking. I don't know. Let's see if you can actually see. Yeah, you can. Right here, that developed into a hole. I got a staph infection. Grandma didn't give it to me. I promise you. Staph infections normally come from hospitals. And mine did. It came out of the operation room. So this is a major ordeal. And I had it hard and it hit me hard. They wind up putting a wound vacuum machine on me. And it's there just to suck out the pus and all the ucky, bad stuff. So now I got a machine that's attached to me that has to be serviced. And it is what it is. So they want me to keep this thing on for the duration of this infection. They want to order me one that I can take home with me. And we start doing the pricing for it. And it was going to be my cost after my insurance and everything was still some really stupid money every month. I mean, way more than we could afford. And I said, no, ain't going to happen. So, well, if you don't do this, then it's going to take it 6+ months to heal. Okay? Take 6+ months to heal. Can't afford it, you can't afford it. Period. You know? I'm not the government. I can't just ship money. I have to actually earn mine and not take it from others. Yeah, eventually I will go political, but not on this video. So they send me out. So I do a month at a rehab center so that they can take care of this wound and rehabilitation, not for drugs, for hospital stuff. They take me in there, and insurance would only pay for 30 days. And then they was going to start charging me $200 plus a day. And no, that ain't happening either. I'll go home and Grandma can take care of me. I don't give a damn. You know? If it gets worse, it gets worse. We deal with stuff. If you can't afford stuff, folks, you can't afford it. You know? And I wasn't going to drain every penny that we might even think of. I might even think about having to leave for Grandma. It ain't happening. So, they wind up taking it off on the last day. And me and Grandma go home. And Grandma doctors it. And I mean, she's Johnny on the spot. She watched it close and she doctored it often. Now at that time, they had put this thing in. I still live with it. It's called a PICC line. We'll talk about it in a little bit. So Grandma's doctoring on this thing, and in less than 3 months after the infection started, she had it healed up. Period. So now that part's good to go. I have some real bad spells, and I'd be home for a week. I'd take a real bad spell, and I'd end up in the hospital for a couple of weeks. I'd come home for a week, I'd have a bad spell, I'd end up in the hospital for a couple of weeks. This happened about 3 or 4 times. What we figured out is that, when I went in that rehab, it wasn't this PICC line. It was just a infusion. It was just a regular line, because I was doing the antibiotics then. That's right. I was just doing antibiotics at that time. Hold on a second. And I don't want to pause it. I don't know if it'll start again. Just, if you don't like somebody blowing their nose, close your eyes, pause the video, whatever. It's a natural body function. What we found out is one of the doctors from that heart and vein, they had doctors for every damn thing in there. It was more than heart and vein. They had me seeing a foot doctor in there because of my diabetes, which was a good thing. She found a piece of glass that was buried up in the bottom of my foot. I didn't even know it was there. And she dug that out, and they make sure your feet are okay, because when you have neuropathy, or however you say it, that means you lose the feelings in your feet. Stuff happened to your feet. And so that was a good thing. Sent me to a diet doctor because I was around 255 pounds. I bounced between 252 and 259, 260 all the time. Did for years. And sent me in to see a doctor, diet doctor, whatever the hell they want to call them. And no, I don't have all their fancy names. I've got so many doctors, I don't even know their names. So he puts me on this pill, or a shot, I'm sorry. Once a week shot to help my diabetes and whatnot. And you do this shot in your belly. Olympic or some shit like that. And as it turns out, the shot is what's making me have these bad spells. And I'd come home. Now, they'd take me off all of my diabetic medicine when I'd go in the hospital. And they had me on a heart-healthy diet, not a diabetic diet. So they're feeding me carbs and different things that would just skyrocket my blood sugar. And they would control it with insulin shots. Then I'd come home, and on Friday mornings I'd get that shot. By Monday, Tuesday, I ain't worth a damn. I mean, took a turn for the down bad. And I'd end up back in the hospital. Now, I have a home health nurse that comes sees me twice a week. Me, her, and Grandma were talking about this stuff. And those two, being nurses, they're doing their research and talking about it and looking on their phones and stuff. And when they look up this shot that this doctor's got me on, they give all these warnings for side effects. And lo and behold, every damn one of them had me pegged to the max. I was hitting every one of them. Upset stomach, diarrhea, loss of appetite, loss of taste, loss of smell, can't eat. You name it all, and every one of them was what was putting me back in the damn hospital. So, Grandma, she can be forceful at times. I don't know why I'm being married to a chick magnet, sweet guy like me. She said, that's the end of that nonsense. And I don't get them shots no more. Lo and behold, we stopped that. Oh, and I was losing weight terrible. I mean, 2 or 3 pounds a day pretty much. Averaging over a pound a day I was losing. That's way too much. I mean, way too fast. And yeah, she was concerned big time. And so was my nurse. I didn't really put any weight back on, and I'm still losing. Nature of the beast of what I have. But I got my appetite back. And during those times, now remember when I said earlier it was a lifestyle and some of my habits that has put me in this condition? I wasn't eating. They made me divorce Little Debbie. Me and Little Debbie, we had a hell of a relationship. She was my sweetheart. She traveled lots of miles with me. She got me through a lot. So they made me divorce Little Debbie and get off a bunch of the junk food and whatnot I was eating. Well, while I'm having these bad spells and I can't eat, Grandma, she's running over to the store every day, picking up something different. Little Debbie's and junk food and microwave food and anything that she thinks of that I might eat, because I wasn't eating. Between the throwing up, the diarrhea, and the gut feeling like crazy, and no taste, no smell, I wasn't interested in eating. So she's trying to get any and everything she can that I might eat. And ain't none of it working. Well, hell, me and Grandma being frugal, whatever you want to call it, tightwads. We grew up in a world of not having, so we don't waste. I'm not eating that stuff, so she's going to eat it. Ain't good for her or her beltline, which I ain't worried about her beltline. She is. She's a woman. So she's feeding me anything she can, and I tried. I really did. It just wasn't going down, wouldn't stay down, didn't want it. So we got me off that, and I got doing better. Got my appetite back and all that stuff. So I've stabled out there, leveled out, stabilized, that's what I'm trying to say. To a degree. I'm still going downhill. Nature of the beast, it's what I have. They put this PICC line in me. And they got some medicine I can't pronounce. But this PICC line, it goes from my arm here through a artery, vein, I guess, over on top of my heart. And this medicine just a constant drip on my heart, 24/7. 7 o'clock or a little bit after every day, Grandma changes a pump in the bag. So that's the only few minutes that I have with it not going in. Now this medicine they have me on, it's kind of weird, kind of hard to understand and or explain in my opinion. And Grandma questioned the doctors quite a bit. Me and Grandma ain't got a problem questioning doctors. And now a lot of times she'll tell me the questions before we get in there. And I'll ask the hard questions. I ain't got a problem with it. We'll get into a couple of my conversations with a couple of doctors later. Wasn't good for them. This medicine, now it does 2 or 3 things. It's supposed to be making my heart stronger. It ain't. It ain't even maintaining the strength it has. I'm down to less than 20% at this time usage of my heart. So in the last year, I've dropped a lot. Year plus, whatever. It's supposed to make it stronger. It also makes it beat faster. The average heartbeat, let's say, is about 80, give or take. I know there will be those trying to critique what I say. I don't give a damn. My heart rate is anywhere from 111 to 130. Quite a bit more. Grandma's whole thing is, which she questioned the doctors about, was if it's making my heart beat faster, ain't it wearing it out faster? Well, they had to admit it was. Well, how is this good for it? Well, it's supposed to be strengthening it. Well, that ain't happening. So how's this helping? Or helping? And it's supposed to give my heart a calming medicine as well, so that it ain't as stressed as it beats faster. I don't know. It boils down to, if I lose this PICC line, which I had a serious conversation with them about, because I don't like being attached to something all the time. Then I would only have a few weeks, a couple months to live. My heart couldn't take it. It'd just give up on me. So this is literally my lifeline at this time. That being said, they did want me to do a heart transplant. However, I'm an evil smoker. If you're a smoker, you are not eligible to get a heart transplant. Now, yes, I'm still smoking. We'll get into that later. That's another story. And yes, I did quit for all this shit. Didn't have a choice other than the hospital so much. They don't let you smoke in there. Well, that option's out the window, which I didn't like it anyway. I have different thoughts on religion and whatnot nowadays. We'll go into that later. However, I'm still of a mind that God sent me here with this earth. I'd kind of like to leave here with the same one He sent me here with. Regardless what I have done to it and what condition it's in, it's what He gave me. I'd like to return with it. Metaphorically speaking. Well, that leaves us with the option of a heart pump. Let me slide over a little bit. I didn't realize that light was hitting that corner like that. So I'm in there, and takes a couple weeks, and they're putting me through a battery of tests and whatnot you wouldn't believe. And they're going to see if I'm a candidate for this heart pump. And while they're doing that, they're doing their homework. I'm doing my homework. And I'm checking out all the pros and cons to this heart pump. Lifestyle, what it is, blah, blah, blah. How it works, everything. So I'm picking their brains. Me and Grandma's looking online, seeing what we can find online about it. And I asked my family, the ones that are actually involved in my life, I asked them their opinions. And without discussing it with each other, they all gave me the same answer. It's your life. It's your decision. Whatever you do, we'll support you. And that's damn near verbatim. Well, that really didn't help me none. So I asked each one of them, tell me this. If I turn down this heart pump, will you think I'm committing suicide? Because I know there are those that would think that way. And they all said no. They said, we think that you're letting nature take its course. You're putting the faith in God, and whatever God wills, whatever nature offers, you're dealing with it. You're taking man and man's machines and medicines, for the most part, out of it. And that's how I feel. So at least they understood. And I didn't tell them that part. They told me that part. And I told them, yes, that's how I'm thinking about it. Long story short, too late. I turned the heart pump down. I don't want it. Once they go in, they cut out a quarter of my heart, or hollow out one side of my heart, however you want to say it. And they put in a mechanical pump. But now I have to wear 2 batteries at all times. If I'm at home or in bed, I can plug it into electric. They can't go in through my chest. They don't want to go in through my chest because I've got such scar tissues and the infection and all that stuff. So they don't want to go through there. They want to go through my ribs to do this stuff. Ow. You know that's breaking some ribs. I'll end up with a cord coming out of my belly that'll hook to a little computer box on my belly, on a strap, fanny pack, whatever. Then I have 2 heavy-ass batteries that I carry. And they thought it was neat because they would get me shoulder holsters. Well, I'm carrying a battery under each shoulder holster like it's a gun. Ooh, wow, I'm impressed. The biggest issue that they have is infection. Huh. Imagine that. Around this opening in my belly where this hose is supposed to come out, it is prone to get an infection. And yeah, I'm normally not smoking this much. I am now. I do still smoke, but not normally as much as I am in this video. This infection was set in there, and it'll follow that hose right up to your heart. Imagine that. And now you're shot, pretty much. Grandma would have to be Johnny on the spot. She's already got her hands full with me and her shoulder, and she's one-armed right now because her right shoulder ain't worth shit. So what she does, she basically does one-handed for me. So now it's going to be even more of a burden. Of course, she says, no, you're not a burden. Yeah, I am. We all know the truth. No sugar added, you know? And it just wasn't a lifestyle that I wanted to live. And the restrictions and stuff that comes with this thing is ridiculous. You're not living, you're existing. At what point do you decide what is quantity and what is quality? You know? Do you want more of a shitty life, or do you want to just live a decent life of what you've got and pay your dues, you know? Does that make sense? I hope it does to some of you. So, that leaves me with this PICC line and this medicine. Now with it, hard questions were asked. Straight answers were given. Basically, somebody on this, it's not a long-term medicine. It's supposed to be a short-term medicine that they put you on until you get your heart transplant or until you get your heart pump. Not meant for long-term in no fashion. When people like myself are staying on it for their duration of their life, the average is about a year. Huh. I've been on it for damn near 4 months. You do the math. That being said, only the Father knows. You know, I've always said and lived by, if He wants me here, ain't nothing taking me out. If He wants me there, ain't nothing keeping me here. But statistics say about a year. And I've been on it for about 4 months. So you do your math. That's where I'm at, and I'm comfortable with it. You know, I've made my peace. No, I ain't been on here sharing all this stuff with you guys as it comes down. No. It was a lot to think about. It's been a lot to deal with. Uh, I've had to make my own peace, make my own mind. There was only a few influences that I wanted in on it, which I got, and I made the decisions myself, and this is where I am. So it is what it is. So now you know where I'm at. So as I said in the beginning, I will be making some videos here in the future, talking about my life, my thoughts, my feelings, hoping that those that grandkids and great grandkids in the future and whatnot that didn't get to know me, they stand a chance to get to know at least one old part. And that's about all I can tell you, folks. So now you know what's going on. And remember, good Lord loves you. So do I. Y'all have a blessed day now. Bye.